I had always been nervous about speaking English with professionals, especially in important situations. But when I scheduled my appointment with Dr. Collins, I knew I had no choice. This was the perfect opportunity to put my English skills to the test. As I sat in the waiting room, I rehearsed in my mind how the conversation might go. I had practiced medical vocabulary, but it was still intimidating knowing I'd have to communicate my symptoms in a second language. "You're up next," the nurse called, and I stood up, taking a deep breath. It was time to face the challenge head-on. Dr. Collins greeted me with a friendly smile as I walked into the examination room. "Good afternoon. How are you feeling today?" she asked, her tone calm and professional. I smiled back and replied confidently, "Good afternoon, doctor. I've been having some discomfort in my chest for the past few days, and I thought it would be best to get it checked." I was surprised by how smooth my words sounded. Dr. Collins nodded, listening carefully. "I see. Can you describe the discomfort? Is it sharp pain or more of a dull ache?" I paused for a moment, organizing my thoughts. "It's more of a dull ache, especially when I breathe deeply or lie down. It started after I had a cold last week." Dr. Collins scribbled some notes and looked at me with a smile. "Your English is excellent," she said. "You're describing your symptoms very clearly, which helps me understand exactly what's going on." Her compliment caught me off guard. I hadn't expected such immediate feedback, but it encouraged me to continue the conversation with more confidence. "Thank you," I replied, feeling a sense of relief. I've been working hard on improving my English, especially for situations like this. Dr. Collins checked my vitals while continuing to engage me in conversation. "Well, you're doing a great job. Many native speakers struggle to explain their symptoms this well." That remark filled me with pride. I had always worried about not being able to communicate properly in such important situations, but here I was, speaking clearly with a doctor. She asked a few more questions about my health history, and I responded without hesitation. My words felt natural, and for the first time, I wasn't second-guessing myself. After the examination, Dr. Collins said, "It seems like you might have some residual inflammation from your cold, but nothing too serious. I'll prescribe some medication to help with the discomfort." I nodded, understanding everything she was saying. "Thank you for explaining it so clearly, doctor. I appreciate your help." Dr. Collins smiled again. "It's my pleasure. And by the way, your English is impressive. You've made this whole process much easier for both of us." Hearing that from a medical professional made me feel accomplished. "That means a lot to me," I said. "I've been practicing for a while, and I'm glad it's paying off." As I left the clinic, I felt a wave of confidence wash over me. Not only had I managed to communicate effectively in a medical setting, but I had also gained the appreciation of the doctor herself. It was a day I wouldn't forget.